Greetings everyone. My name is Sneha Badhiye, intern at ubAdvocate under the guidance of Jeevan Prakash Sir, Advocate on Record, Supreme Court of India. In this video, I'll be talking about the role of forensic science in the criminal justice system. To give a little bit of introduction and background on the same, Sir William Herschel was one of the first who advocated the use of fingerprinting in the identification of criminal suspects. Further, fingerprint evidence was first accepted in the court in Argentina in 1890s, later in an English court in 1902. In India, forensic science has been applicable to the requirements of the law since ancient times. It is a discipline that works in accordance with the parameters of the Indian legal system. The word forensic is derived from the Latin adjective forensis, which means of or before the forum. Forensic science is simply defined as the application of science to the criminal and civil laws that are enforced by the police, CBI, CID, etc. in a criminal justice system. Forensic science answers the questions that are of legal interest. It involves the use of multiple disciplines of science for the analysis of evidence. For example, physics is used to understand the pattern of a blood splatter in a crime scene. Biology is used to establish the source of an unidentified suspect. Chemistry to determine the composition of drugs, etc. The difference between acquittal and conviction in the courts of law is marked by the result of these forensic investigations. Forensic science associates with the criminal through the objects that are left by him at the site or with the victim, or carried from the scene and the victim. Conversely, if the clues gathered do not link the accused with the victim or the scene of occurrence, the innocence of the accused is established. Without the help of forensic science, it would be really difficult to convict the criminals unless an eyewitness is present. Who is the suspect that committed the crime? What is the nature of the crime committed? When was the crime committed? Where was the crime committed? And how was the crime committed by the offender? These imperative questions are solved with the various scientific techniques under the domain of forensic science. For example, forensic pathology. It helps in the determination of the cause of death by examining a corpse. It involves the collection and analysis of medical samples to deduce facts that are admissible in the courts. Forensic toxicology deals with the detection of poison in stomach, blood samples, etc. It is extremely important in cases of road accidents, poisoning, sexual violence, etc. Forensic psychiatry deals with the application of psychiatry in the administration of justice. In criminal law, it focuses on the capability and the assessment of mental illnesses, disorders, etc. Analysis of various reasoning processes is used to reach a concluding opinion. Techniques such as narcoanalysis, polygraph tests, and brain mapping are performed by psychiatrists on individuals to help determine the truth or to bring forth facts. Forensic biology or DNA profiling is one of the most important field of forensics. The most commonly used biological evidence for DNA profiling includes bloods, saliva, semen, skin, urine, and hair. It is used in establishment of paternity and maternity, detection of cases of child swapping, identification of rapists in rape cases, identification of the mutilated remains in bomb blasts, murders, mass disasters, etc. Forensic dentistry is another important branch of forensic science. It helps in identifying victims when the body is left in an unrecognizable state. The same is accomplished by examining their teeth, mouth alignment, overall mouth structure, or any restorative dental corrections that is present, such as a tooth filling. Fingerprinting. Fingerprints are collected from the crime scene or from the items present at the crime scene. They can be used in identifying suspects, victims, and other persons who were present at the scene of crime. It also helps in tracking the record of the criminal's previous arrest or conviction. Document examination. Now, this field of forensics is concerned with the examination of handwriting and signatures, detection of forgery, detection of erased writings, determination of the relative age of the pen inks, etc. Cyber forensics involves the analysis of evidence found in computers and digital storage media. such as pen drive, hard disk, etc. Trace evidence is another important factor. Substances such as fibers, soil or dirt, hair, bullet residue, wood, and pollen are categorized as trace evidence. These are easily transferable during the course of a crime between objects, people, or climate. Trace evidence plays an essential role in linking the perpetrator to the victim. Now, in India, the case which brought DNA techniques to the forefront was rape and murder of Priyadarshini Matu in CBI versus Santosh Singh. At trial stage, this case relied upon the DNA test of the deceased, which later came to be positive and helped in securing the ends of justice. In the Sister Abhaya murder case in 1995 Kerala, a Roman Catholic nun was found dead in a water well in Kottayam, India. During the investigation of this case, various scientific techniques like narcoanalysis, brain mapping, polygraph tests were used to solve this case, and finally, two men were held liable for the rape and murder of Sister Abhaya. In the Tandoor murder case in Sushil Sharma versus State of Delhi 2014, Sushil Sharma has murdered his wife by firing bullets into her body, and he attempted to burn her in a tandoor at a restaurant. Police recovered Sharma's revolver and blood-stained clothes and sent them to a forensic laboratory. They also took blood sample of the deceased parents and sent them for a DNA test. The lab reports confirmed that the body was indeed of the wife of Sushil Sharma, and subsequently he was found guilty with the help of forensic evidence. Similarly, in the 9/11 terrorist attack that happened on the World Trade Building in New York, bodies of victims were identified by using the scientific technologies of DNA testing. In Nitish Katara murder case in Vishal Yadav versus State of Uttar Pradesh 2014, the detection of the deceased victim was difficult due to availability of only a small portion of one unburnt palm with his fingers. In this case, the DNA profile helped in identifying the remains of the body by matching the DNA profile with the parents of the deceased, which aided the Delhi High Court to uphold the conviction of the accused. Time and again, on every single day, forensic science proves to be a boon to the Indian legal system by helping solve cases, putting the guilty behind the bars, and securing the ends of justice. But the application of forensic science to criminal investigation and trials has to stand the limitation of law. Article 20, Clause 3 of the Indian Constitution states that no person accused of any offence shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. It guarantees the fundamental right against self-incrimination. Article 11 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states the same. Section 73 of the Indian Evidence Act gives the court the authority to direct any person, including an accused, to allow his finger impressions to be taken. Now, it was argued and debate arose that fingerprints and DNA analysis for verification defeat the provision of Article 20. People argued that forcing the accused to give fingerprints is like the accused is giving evidence against himself. However, the Supreme Court in the case of State of Bombay versus Kathi Kalu Oghar and another 1961 held that compelling any person to give any sort of forensic evidence like fingerprints, blood, hair, semen, etc. does not violate the provisions of Article 20. Another debate arose on the constitutional validity of narco-analysis and its admissibility in the courts of law. Some felt that it violates the principle of self-incrimination. In Ramchandra Reddy and others versus the state of Maharashtra 2004, the Bombay High Court upheld the legality of the use of lie detector tests and narco-analysis. However, in the case of Selvi and others versus the state of Karnataka and another 2010, the court held that person giving statements in brain mapping or narco-analysis tests is inconclusive and hence their compulsory investigation would be unconstitutional. The admissibility of these tests and their results has always been a subject of heated debate. Section 53 of the Criminal Procedure Code also provides that a person accused may be subjected to medical examination if the officers believe that the examination can provide some evidence to the crime. The extent of this assessment was also expanded in 2005. It is restricted to the case related to rape only. In similar way, Section 164A of the CRPC offers for medical examination of a woman who is an alleged victim of rape within 24 hours, and such examination also includes the DNA profiling of the woman. Section 293 of CRPC gives a list of scientific experts who are recognized by the government who can assist in the formation of a report in any case to improve the process of trial or investigation. Sections 53 and 54 also offer the arrested individual the right to be examined by a medical practitioner who can also be deemed as an expert. Section 45 of the Indian Evidence Act addresses the court's use of expert opinion in determining handwriting or finger expressions. Section 27 of the Prevention of Terrorism Act states that a police officer may request in writing from the Chief Judicial Magistrate samples of handwriting, fingerprints, footprints, photos, blood, saliva, hair, etc. of any accused individual who is reasonably suspected of committing an act under this act. Hence, there are a lot of legal provisions under the Indian legal system that provide for the collection and analysis of forensic evidence in a criminal investigation. The main objective of the criminal justice system is to provide fair justice to people, and forensic science plays an integral role in the same. It is a basic tenet of criminal justice and plays a vital role in crime detection and crime prevention. The infusion of scientific technology in the field of criminal justice helped the system function efficiently. The relevant laws have been modified accordingly and regularly to allow for the use of these technologies in crime investigation and prosecution. I conclude my video right here. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Thank you.